Hey, what's going on, people? It's SGZ here from the SpartanGameZone, and in this video I'll be showing you the dedicated drop spot for the Wagon Wheel in Borderlands 3. Thank you to the person who suggested it. If you have a weapon or item that you want to know how to get fast, just let me know in the comments and let's dive in. The Wagon Wheel has an increased chance to drop from none other than the Warden. You fight around in this area of the anvil. It takes a while to get there, but once you are there, you'll spawn very close, so subsequent farming runs are a lot quicker. The Warden is a glass type enemy with both an armor bar and a health bar. He's quite strong and you'll probably want to take a corrosive weapon for his armor, which is the strongest of the two. He is quite an annoying fight due to his multiple immunity phases, and he will spawn some extra enemies also. That support isn't anything you'll need to worry about, so you can just focus on him for the most part. It didn't take me too long to get a wagon wheel. I actually got a few when I was farming for the sickle, and an extra one just the other day. The sickle is another of his dedicated drop items, and he's worth the farm if just for that. Because he is difficult to kill without the right weapons, I suggest farming him on Mayhem 3 rather than on Mayhem 4. The only difference between the two is the number of world drops you'll get on Mayhem 4, which is greater. The Warden doesn't drop much world items though, and it's not really worth the extra time needed to kill him, so Mayhem 3 is where it's at if you're wanting to get a wagon wheel quickest. But what about the wagon wheel? What does it do? If I drink enough Corona, will I then become immune from getting Corona? Well, the wagon wheel is a Jacob's pistol with good damage, heavy critical hit damage, and a fast reload, but it is let down a little but rather small magazine. Rather than the traditional 1 bullet or 2 in some cases, the wagon wheel ricochets 6 to nearby targets. This makes it well suited to taking out crowds of enemies, with it becoming more effective the more accurate you are. You'll see bullets flying everywhere, and 1 bullet can deal damage to up to 7 people, which is a ton. Now this is a recipe for complete annihilation on paper, but it doesn't quite get there due to its damage, which is enough to make it a good gun, but not a great gun. You'll see in this gameplay that there is times when the wagon wheel blitzes through enemies, but it just can't maintain that. In general though, its damage is good and it will do work while mobbing. However, a lot of the damage is spread out, with 80% of it at the one person you're shooting at, and the other 20% spread out among the rest. This means that although you're doing good damage, you'll still have everyone shooting at you, and on Mayhem 4 you'll need to sustain some heavy fire while you cut down the crowd. So you may find yourself struggling to stay on your feet when you're against groups of enemies, which is the opposite of what the gun should be doing. It should be like a brainstormer and perform better in crowds, but it simply doesn't, or it doesn't do it well enough. Overall, it is a solid gun and still one of the best Jacob's weapons for handling groups of enemies. If it received a buff though, like a lot of the weapons have been, it would become top tier, but we'll just have to wait and see if that happens. So that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea for what weapon or item that I should show you how to get next. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider dropping a like or subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one.